Welcome to the topic on HCC TV, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our programs, and our reach into the community. I'm Todd Duplantis. If you're watching us on the cable channel, make sure you find us in social media. You can look for Houston Community College. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all across social media. But most importantly, go to our YouTube channel. You can find us under Houston Community College. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll get notices when shows like this are posted. We're talking about programs for our veterans here today on the topic. And right now, we want to talk a bit about during these times of COVID, there are opportunities that exist to start a new business. HCC and the University of St. Thomas are collaborating on a program to help area veterans leverage the skills they gained during their military service into new business endeavors. We're joined today by Ravi Brahmbhatt, HCC Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship, along with Patrick Woock, the Director at the McNair Center for Entrepreneurship and Free Enterprise at the University of St. Thomas. They're going to give us an overview of the program. Good to see you both again. Let's start off, and either one of you, maybe both can answer this. Let's talk about how the program works.
Really, the program is about a three-stage program about getting our veterans an accelerated process or a path to business ownership with direct access to digital training or digital skills, as I call them, business trainings, and then programs with some local resources, and then having a mentor guiding them through the whole process. So it's our three-step program to offer digital skills, business training, and then local resources, helping them launch their businesses.
When we talk about digital skills, Dr. Woock, what type of skills are we talking about? What are they going to learn digitally?
Well, some of the very interesting things they have, Todd, is really familiarizing them with a lot of the Microsoft products. We're very lucky to have Microsoft as a partner in this endeavor, and we're very lucky that they're contributing not only personnel, but also the intelligence, the knowledge, in working with like the 365 product, which today is very quite popular. But one of the ones that I really enjoy are these new sways, which is kind of the new way of promoting your company or promoting yourself online. And it's very different than the website. It's really kind of like almost a self-page or a self-promotion you're making. And so these are very useful and very fundamental in starting your own business.
And Ravi, maybe you can tell us, how long does this program last? Can they get in and out in a couple of semesters, within a semester? Maybe you can give us how that works.
Ideally, we organized ourselves to do a 6-month program where we're taking about 8 weeks, January, February, and March for digital skills training, and then April and May for the small business success series. And we intend to host some panels and host a pitch competition in that last May and June timeframe. So folks can join us for the digital skills training at any time. It is open. They simply have to register and show up. We'll give them badges for completing their trainings, and they can come in for all of them or the ones that they really need digital skills training for. For the stage 2, it is an application process to really vet those who are dedicating themselves to this rigorous program, and stage 3 and 4 are open to all.
Yeah, I know you guys are very apt with running a business plan competition and entrepreneurship competition. You've worked with high school students, with current HCC and University of St. Thomas students. How does this program translate to working with veterans?
One of the things that has been pointed out to me by some of our board members that are a part of the VEP is that traditionally in the past, veterans have had an exponential or a larger percentage of them have started businesses. And what we noticed over the last, I think it was over the last 10, 15 years, that has been in a decline, actually, which is where we were kind of surprised by that. So we're hoping with the endeavor of working with HCC and University of St. Thomas that we can not only right that ship, but during this, as you pointed out, Todd, earlier, during this COVID period, as we come out of it, to hopefully accelerate or create more opportunities for veterans to take advantage and probably start those businesses, start those opportunities, and hopefully make a greater impact.
Dr. Woock, any ideas why we're seeing a decline in businesses that are being started by veterans? I mean, that's a pretty significant number to happen over the last 10 to 12 years. What are the theories around that?
I don't want to speculate, being in the research field, I'm sure someone will write me if I say the wrong thing. But I would say overall, the entrepreneur field has declined or has been kind of bifurcated over the years to more either immigrants or people who are more socially connected. And I think one of the biggest challenges, let me address it this way, one of the biggest challenges is when you come out of the military, you don't really have the large social networks that you need to start a business.
Yeah.
And so that's I think probably one of the detriments that's come into is they don't have those social networks. And hopefully that's one of the things that we can do as we mature this program is provide those networks and those opportunities to help build companies.
Ravi, I know you've, and as we just mentioned, you've worked with high school students and students and really people out in the community who just want to make their business better and grow their business for different entrepreneur workshops. What makes this workshop different, in your opinion?
Todd, we always pride ourselves in offering 21st century digital skill training with our opportunity workshops. This program with the Veterans Entrepreneurship Program, our intent is the same, to give them those 21st century skills, get them the practice that they need to be on a Zoom call, to be on a Teams call, to be using the productivity tools that are offered so that they can manage their businesses better. I think a lot of that is what stage one is intended for. It's a little different for veterans because it is a group that I am really proud to be working with. They are, we just had our first workshop last Saturday, and boy, the most sincere group of people I've worked with when we're doing these trainings. So very different from working with high schoolers and college students, but that's the reason. It's that sense of community with them and that sense of maturity and wanting to learn and actually, following all the instructions to the dot, to the T. that is what makes this different for me. And I think our intent there is still to offer digital skills training for stage one, and then practical business training for stage two.
And Ravi, if someone wants to sign up for this program, where can they go to register or get more information online?
The easiest way is hccs.edu/VEP, Veterans Entrepreneurship Program. Over there we have the 3 stages defined. They simply click on stage 1, and there's one button to register. Our application process is less than 3 minutes. We're not asking them for large paperwork. We just want to know they're interested, their name, contact number to get them in our system so we can get them the information to join the sessions.
Dr. Woock, why has University of St. Thomas chosen HCC to collaborate with on this program? I know you've worked in the past with us on various other entrepreneurship programs as well.
Well, Todd, I have to say that HCC is a great partner. I mean, we are just so lucky to have someone like Ravi and David, and I think I'm really always looking out for an opportunity to work with this great, I call them superhero team. And I think one of the things that when I was talking to David originally about this is, this is a project I think we all can put our heart and soul into. And so when David and Ravi and I were talking about this, we were like, we've got to make this happen. Not just for our partnership, but for the community and for our veterans.
Dr. Woock, we appreciate you being here with us today. We look forward to seeing you again, hopefully in person next time, and we'll be out of this virtual world. When we come back, we're going to talk more about this program, look closer at it, and specifically, if I can talk today, specifically talk about the hands-on nature of the program. All that and more coming up when we return on The Topic.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars.
Wow.
But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah, Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Roll over.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I love teaching at HCC. I love helping students.
With college credits.
With scholarships and financial aid.
Training them for life-changing careers.
Come learn with us. HCC, for everyone, anytime, anyway.
Welcome back to The Topic on HCC TV. If you're watching us on the cable channel, make sure you jump on over to social media. You can find us under Houston Community College on Facebook. We're on Twitter, across literally all social media. But make sure you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Find us under Houston Community College. Subscribe and you'll get notifications when we post brand new shows like this. We're learning about the Veterans Entrepreneurship Program here at Houston Community College. We're joined today speaking with Ravi Brahmbhatt, HCC Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. And we're now joined by David Regenbaum, Entrepreneur in Residence at HCC's Glenda and David Regenbaum Center for Excellence. Good afternoon to you both. Mr. Regenbaum, it's great to see you again, sir.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I want to ask you about the VEP program. You know, the heart of this program is the Small Business Success Series, and you've got a lot of experience with that, with our previous Business Success Series. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about this one and how it's involved with the veterans.
The Small Business Success Series by HCC was conceived initially for veterans. In the last few years, we've been developing it and working through the kinks and improving it along the way. And now we are thrilled and excited to be actually coming back to the original concept and provide it for veterans. It's a program that is practical in orientation. We avoid any theoretical aspects to it. We limit our classes to 40 so that we can give them personal attention. We try and emulate to a large extent what we did in the classroom itself, using breakout rooms in the Zoom program, so that we have not more than 6 or 7 participants in each breakout room, a lot of participation between them, a lot of interaction with the faculty, and it is very practical, very personal, and very interactive, which I think is the key to its success.
That's interesting. You mentioned that this entrepreneurship, the Business Success Series, was originally intended for veterans in the beginning. So this was the main concept when it first started.
That is correct. We looked at the veteran community and saw a community that had the training, the discipline, the skills, the risk tolerance, all of the basic attributes of an entrepreneur. And we wanted to give them the opportunity to take advantage of all the training they've received in the military, to take advantage of their skills, of their risk tolerance, and to create their own businesses. I am an entrepreneur. I'm enjoying the American dream as a result of being an entrepreneur. And I felt that giving the veterans this opportunity was really a goal that I wanted to achieve.
Ravi, why is it important for, we hear from people who've gone through the Small Business Success Series, how important it was just to be a part of the Success Series, whether, you win the competition or not, you get to learn from others. But why is it so important to get entrepreneurs with other entrepreneurs to have that discussion amongst each other?
It's so important that entrepreneurs teach entrepreneurship to aspiring entrepreneurs. Partly because it's just that the same risk tolerance, right? The same basic values and same basic feeling for wanting to start a business. Those who have already done it could make it so much better for those who are looking to start. So entrepreneurs teaching entrepreneurship, I think it makes a huge difference, because what we learn out of business is very different from what you actually do in the industry. So I think that plays a big role. You get a mentor, a cheerleader, or a coach who works with you, a very personalized path, because entrepreneurship is not just about A to Z and then a straight shot. There's lots of pivots, lots of changes, and those who have done it in the past has that risk tolerance to be able to do that, and is able to also be resourceful, a key important skill. So they're not limited in any capacity, because they know they can, and no is not an answer. Having that as a mentor or a teacher, the student will always be successful.
David, what's one of the biggest misconceptions that a business owner comes into this success series and has when they get into it? What's the biggest misconception that you see?
I think it's the approach that they think we're going to adopt from a theoretical business, working on case studies, working on large businesses. We don't. We work with them as individuals. There are 5 modules. The first module is looking at their individual personalities. How do you fit your personality into the framework of entrepreneurship? The second is looking at their idea. It's not some theoretical idea, it's their idea. Is it viable? Will it make a profit? Is it something that they can improve their lifestyle as a result of solving someone's problem and creating a revenue source from that? The third is marketing. The fourth is, how much money do I need to start this business from set up until we break even and start making profits? That's could be a significant time frame. And then the fifth is risk management. That you can be risk tolerant, but it's no purpose in taking unnecessary risks. So we go through a very practical approach of the 5 different elements of being an entrepreneur.
David, I'll also ask you, how challenging has it been for you personally in taking your mentorship online in a virtual world as opposed to being there in person during these classes and presentations?
I am very proud of how we've achieved this. It has been an incredible exercise. We are very fortunate in our Center for Entrepreneurship to have individuals that have managed the process. We looked at a number of different types of webinars, seminars, virtual seminars. We chose Zoom because of its breakout rooms that are so accessible and so manageable. And the employees at the Center for Entrepreneurship have done an incredible job of keeping it personalized, of keeping it active, and keeping it very involved. We've changed from full day workshops to workshops that we give not more than 2 hours. The faculty do not speak for more than 20 minutes without giving the participants an exercise. So we've kept it very much actively involved.
And Ravi, we've got about 30 seconds before we need to take a break, but real quickly, what's been the biggest challenge for you? Because I know you've had to switch everything online as well.
No challenges, Todd. It's really an opportunity for us to continue to improve and learn. And I think the virus has presented an opportunity for us to improve and challenges, but there are no challenges we can't solve. So I think we'll get over it. We'll make it better.
All right, Ravi, thank you for joining us today. And David, if you would stick around, when we return on the topic, we'll talk to a graduate of HCC's Small Business Success Series. Stay with us right here on the topic. We'll be right back.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
The faculty at HCC represents the best of the city. They're committed to getting our students to their goals.
A 4-year degree.
Workforce training. A better life.
HCC, for everyone, anytime, anyway.
Welcome back to The Topic on HCC TV. I'm Todd Duplantis. Great to have you with us today. You're watching us on the cable channel. Find us on social media. Follow us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. And most importantly, our YouTube channel. Find us on your Houston Community College and subscribe to the channel. You'll get notifications when these shows are posted. Also, can't forget that we have podcasts available. You can download audio versions of all of our shows as a podcast at hccs.edu/podcast. Okay, on today's show, we are learning about the Veterans Entrepreneurship Program here at HCC. We're joined by David Regenbaum, entrepreneur in residence at HCC's Glenda and David Regenbaum Center for Entrepreneurship. And also we've got Maggie Peterson, founder and executive director of Camp Shields, joining us as well. Maggie graduated from HCC's Small Business Success Series in 2020. Thank you both for being here today. All right, Maggie, I want to ask you about Camp Shield. Tell us about that.
Awesome. Camp Shield is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, actually. And as a veteran myself, the Camp Shield serves specifically female veterans. And so our mission is to empower female veterans, and we do that through our 3 pillars, which are social unity, emotional intelligence, and physical perseverance.
And Maggie, first, thank you for your service, and for that, we want to thank you for that. But tell us more about the organization itself and how you found out about this HCC program.
Sure. So Camp Shield, the pandemic has actually helped us to expand across the nation in serving our female veterans. We currently have peer support groups that we call Wonder Woman Wednesdays, and we do lots of workshops online now, of course. We are starting to do a few in person. We had a retreat back in November, a very small retreat back in November with a small group of female veterans. And we have a larger retreat coming up this April where the ladies will actually be able to bring their children as well. We believe that we want to support the women that have children, because a lot of times it's forgotten that the female veterans are a lot of times single mothers, and they can't attend events or do what they need to do to help themselves grow and heal because they don't have childcare available. And everything that we do, we always have a licensed therapist, either in person, online, on our Zoom meetings, our workshops, or on call waiting to speak to one of the ladies should they need some help. And our 3 to 5 year strategic plan is to actually purchase land and build a transitional housing community for our female veterans and their children to come heal and grow in a safe environment.
People will hear this and go, well, they've got an incredible organization. You're doing a lot with that organization. What brought you to HCC, and what were you able to get out of the Small Business Success Series?
What brought me to HCC is that I consider myself a lifetime learner. And as an entrepreneur, I'm always looking for ways that I can educate myself in being more successful. And I really want to make sure that Camp Shield is sustainable for the long term so that we can help as many female veterans as we can. And what I got out of it was just amazing. I mean, as we've spoken earlier, it's live sessions, and we do these breakout sessions where we actually get to work on our own businesses and network with other entrepreneurs and get ideas that are outside of the box. You know, I got lots of ideas on marketing and financial strategies that I would never have thought of on my own. So it really helped me. The workbooks that came along with it, it was just a really good all-around program that helped me work on my own business individually with other successful entrepreneurs.
David, I know you work as a mentor for Maggie and others in the program, but maybe you can tell us some things that you may have learned from them over your years of experience.
Their resilience, their excitement, their enthusiasm, you can't buy it. It's so exciting to see when you're in a class and you see the aha moment. And sometimes it's an interesting aha moment when they realize their original idea is not lucrative, is not going to be successful, and how they pivot to find something that is potentially successful. You see this in their expressions, in their attitudes, and it is, to me, one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
Maggie, did you have an aha moment where it just struck you while you were going through this success series with something that maybe you had to change dramatically or pivot in your business model?
I think I had several definite aha moments throughout the 5 different modules. You know, whether it was learning something new about myself, or like I said earlier, learning a different marketing strategy that I hadn't really thought of, ways to reach out to potential donors and clients. There were several aha moments throughout the entire 5-week program, for sure.
You know, David and the other guests gave us their perspective on why they think veterans make great entrepreneurs. Maybe you can tell us how your military experience has helped you become an entrepreneur and helped you in your career.
I think my military experience definitely brought out strong leadership abilities. You know, we go through lots of leadership schools when we're in the military. Obviously, teamwork. I mean, nothing works in the military without a team. We're all willing to sacrifice, and we're very disciplined. And I would say number one is that I thrive under pressure. Veterans we thrive under that pressure. It's what keeps us going every day.
What advice would you give others, other veterans, especially women who are thinking of becoming an entrepreneur and taking that plunge? I mean, it seems to me, on a personal standpoint, when you're going to be an entrepreneur, at least from my standpoint, you're taking a great leap of faith in yourself. What advice would you give others?
The number one piece of advice that I would give anybody that's considering being an entrepreneur, especially a veteran, is to find out what is it that you're passionate about in life. Because veterans, when we're in the military, we know what our mission is. And when we get out, we need to find a new mission. And it's really best for us to align our mission with our entrepreneur endeavors, because that's what we're passionate about. So number one, I would say find your new mission and follow your passion in doing that. And then from there, you really need to connect with your resources, find the skills and the tools, create a plan, and most definitely find a mentor. And the programs that HCC offers are just amazing, with the digital tools and then the Small Business Success Series. And then, you know, the competition where you could win money to help you grow your small business or start your small business. It's really about, in my mind, following your passion, finding your new mission, finding a mentor, and you've got everything else you need as a veteran.
Great advice, Maggie. With Maggie Peterson with Camp Shield, we appreciate you being on the show. We wish you continued success.
Thank you.
And David, one final question. If someone is interested in getting involved with the VEP program, what can they do it now? Is it year-round enrollment? How does that work?
There are continuous programs at different aspects of entrepreneurship, but look at our website, C for the number 4E at hccs.edu.
Absolutely. And we're going to put the website address in the social media post for the show. David, thank you for joining us and all that you do for HCC.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you, Maggie. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you both. And thank you for joining us here on The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis. We will see you again next time.